for that warm introduction. I'd like to thank the teachers and staff who selected me as Teacher of the Year. I also like to recognize those parents, grandparents, and relatives who wake up every day to get these kids ready for school. I know it's really difficult to get them up during the week, and I know they wake up at 5 a.m. on Saturdays. I like to dedicate this award to my nephew Brandon. Many people would say they've always had the desire to teach, but my desire to teach came from him. At a young age of 7, my nephew Brandon had a very, very, very difficult time staying focused in school, let alone staying in school. Every day the teachers would call us and say, hey, Brandon's misbehaving. Hey, Brandon has punched a kid. Hey, Brandon isn't doing his work. So at that point, I knew it became a problem. I knew it was affecting his education. So one day we was walking home from school. I asked him, why do you keep misbehaving in school? Because he thought he would get in trouble, he responded, I don't know. I knew at that moment I had to do something to help him. My nephew, at the age of 7, he had a very, very, very broad vocabulary. Some of the conversations we had surprised me. He was using words that I was not expecting a 7-year-old boy to use. So I knew it wasn't that he didn't know the material, so I knew I had to dig deeper. So over the time, for the next few weeks, we did sight words and math problems every day after school. In exchange, he gets to go through the treasure chest, which was full of all of his favorite things. After a few weeks, I realized he was very comfortable with me and answering the questions. So I actually had another one-on-one session with him, and I asked him, what's the difference between here and school? He responded, there are no kids to bother me, to bully me. I asked him, what do you mean? He told me that every time he would mess up, the other kids would laugh. So I realized he wasn't acting out because he didn't know the material. He was acting out because he was either expecting someone to make fun of him or they already were. At that point, I knew I had to help him because it was affecting his education. So we continued to do our sight words and we continued to do our math problems. And over the time I watched him grow, he went from just answering the questions to asking me questions. That was the joy in it all. To have him ask me something so that he can fully comprehend. That lets me know he knows that this is important. So when he returned back to school, his behavior improved tremendously. So the counselors and teachers would ask, what did you do? So at the young age of 23, I told them what I did to help my nephew stay focused. And to hear those encouraging words from teachers and other scholars really motivated me to continue the path to teach. So I'm going to finish with this. Pressure builds diamonds. Keep pushing. You never know when it's your turn to shine. Also, the best thing we can do in life is leave something behind for the next life. Thank everyone.